Wesley, 7 out of 9 in the first day of Blitz. Absolutely a monster performance, but it felt already yesterday when you came for the interview that you were in good form, good shape, and good mood as well.
I scored 7.
7 out of 9.
I didn't even know.
I do think you won the Blitz actually. Yes.
Oh, I did? Oh,
I do.
so far.
Well, they won. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the game yesterday against Noderbeck for sure cheered me up, was a good bonus. So, I mean, today has been a very good day, so all glory to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about this game against Hikaru. Obviously, at this point, you had 6 out of 8. He was struggling, but still on a +1 performance for him. How do you feel he approached this one?
Well, he was playing for a win. I mean, he was playing very quickly, but the fine part is this was our game in the Rapid. So when I played C5, he was already hesitant, so it's clear he didn't prepare specifically for the Blitz. Maybe he'd be better off playing castle. Like, I was a bit worried about castle. And then E5, D3.
Okay.
Yeah,
this type of King's Indian, reversed King's Indian situation.
Yeah, this is what Richard Rapport plays against me when he's white in speed chess. So I was more worried about castle because King's Indian. I mean, I was gonna play knight f6. But I mean, I was quite pleased to get this position because he had to play c4. And we transposed to the Catalan. Mm-hmm. But then he has to prepare something specific. So I was more worried about this. But when he played e3, I realized he didn't. Like, he started shaking his head when he saw this line because it's very solid for black.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop e7. I mean, he can get a game, but at least I don't get too many problems. And it's a good game. I mean,
so from what you're telling me, it feels like he was hoping that you will switch from what you played during the Rapid. You didn't, and that sort of surprised him.
Yeah, or probably he just forgot, because it's been a long 2 days. Most likely he forgot, I mean, to be honest, because, I was...
Look, this position looks very equal, innocuous, right? Nothing really is happening,
but... The night before, I mean,
at one point...
I was a bit worried because he plays his land title Tuesday.
Yes.
So he's very familiar, but maybe, I was quite happy when he played, maybe here, knight b5, and then he can get the bishop here because I cannot retreat. If I retreat, he's got takes and
knight to d4.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice little tactic.
So knight b5, I was misplaying it because I thought here maybe even trading all the rooks earlier maybe was a bit premature. Like, here I should play knight e5.
Yes.
But then it's not so pleasant after takes knight a4. Like, still have to be careful. He can double my pawns. So, I mean, I was down a minute on the clock, and so I knew I was in for some defending.
So you were starting to feel a little bit of pressure at this point.
Yeah, I was very happy when I saw knight e4 because then I was able to trade. And then when he played f5, then I felt like I was taking over.
Maybe even slightly better.
Because he was going to go bishop c2 at first. Like, he was about to play this, but then it wins a pawn.
So if you take
queen takes on f3.
Take on f3. And that just wins the pawn.
Yeah,
right.
And he had also around 15 seconds left. Well, I had over a minute.
So you caught up on time in the last few moves.
Yeah, I was down a minute and then...
You caught up on time. And after queen c6, nicely spotted, now you're the one with the pressure. But he had this moment all the way after king to d6.
Could just play knight c4, I guess, yeah. Like, I mean, if he played knight c4, I was just going to take because I think it's a fortress.
You weren't going to go bishop to d8 and try for more.
Yeah, I mean, I could, but I was just going to make a draw.
Draw.
I mean, I think it's a fortress.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But, Hikaru saw it, but he thought he could play for a win. So I guess bishop c4 is a way to play for a win.
Oh, you think he was playing for a win right
now?
Because
he could play knight c4. And then, I mean, maybe I would play this. But then h5.
It feels like black has a little bit of a pull.
Yeah, but the king cannot enter. Unfortunately. If I could go here, I win on c4. If I could get king on c5.
So it's almost a fortress, yes?
Yeah, I think it's a total fortress. You just go back and forth.
Yeah.
And the pawn is protected. Yeah.
Everything.
So he was playing for a win, bishop c4, but it's a crazy idea because I thought only black can win here. Like, king f1. I didn't see king g2, king f3, obviously.
Yes, king g2 it's the quicker route for the king.
And then you take, yes.
Yes.
And then the
Yes.
pawn endgame.
So maybe not even d4, but again, he was showing obviously that he wants to go to d3, wants to put the knight on d4 and play for a win.
But he
was
lost
just
a tempo. Yeah.
one tempo down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, you converted quite nicely, I believe. Well, Wesley.
Fortunately, I didn't go here. Yeah. I would have lost. Yeah.
That's a transposition into what we discussed.
Yeah, I was calculating, but white's much faster.
Obviously, your form is pretty decent. What's the strategy for tomorrow? You are still thinking about that first place position, or what are the, let's say, ambitions right now? 1.5 points behind Alireza.
Well, to play well. I mean, these tournaments are very unpredictable. So games happen so fast. It's all about your form and your momentum. Like, obviously, I need a bit of luck today, like against Lev 1. I should never have won that. And I was also probably losing against Ian the very first game. So those things, when you have a little bit of luck, then you start winning a game or two, it could easily snowball into more wins, like you're in good form. So it's all about momentum. Hopefully I could play as well as I do tomorrow.
The tensions are very high in between the games. What do you do to decompress in between games?
Yeah, I try to listen to music, try to walk back and forth, try to keep my energy high.
Are you receiving cat pictures from your sister as well?
I have hundreds on OneDrive.
Okay, so you're rechecking the cat pictures.
So I'm well set. Like, players take the break very differently because everyone's their own person. Generally, most players are quiet and reserved, but it's very different. For example, Levon, he chats a lot with other people.
He's a very social
breaks.
butterfly. Yes,
yeah, and I think he keeps his energy high that way. For me, I do too from time to time. But generally, I just try to keep my energy up and to be focused, listen to some music, do some last-minute motivational prep, and then just have an idea on who my opponent is the next round. But I noticed like Magnus or Ian, they always have these huge headphones. So in between games, maybe...
Everybody does their own thing, for sure.
Yeah, because you only have like a 15-minute break between each game. But,
well, Wesley, lots of games to be played tomorrow. You still need to preserve your energy. We'll let you go. We'll see you tomorrow.
Going to be fighting. Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Cristian. Thank you, Wesley. And